Yo, take a look at this scooter. This is the F7 from iScooter. Now this is a very unique styled commuter scooter. It's like half bike, half scooter. So the F7 is powered by a 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery. And that powers the 1000 watt rear hub motor. That's gonna get you up to 28 miles per hour on the highest of the 3 riding modes that are available. And that'll also get you up to 45 miles of range as well on a single charge. So on the front end here, we got some nice ergonomic grips. We got our digital display, our twist throttle on the right-hand side, front and rear 160 millimeter disc brakes. And I can confirm they do work very well. We got front fork suspension, kind of almost mountain bike style. The bars are adjustable height-wise and they do fold. We got 16-inch pneumatic tires on the front and back, as well as a nice, bright, big headlight and a tail light. And it also comes with a folding basket as well. And the F7 is compatible with the mobile app if you like mobile apps for tracking your stats and whatnot. And you got a nice big padded seat down here. It even has little finger ridges so you can pick it up. Well thought out design. And it's got that kind of classic like 90s look to it. Reminds me of scooters I used to have when I was a kid. It's pretty sweet. The max load on the F7 is about 330 pounds. So even if you're a big dude like me, it will carry you around. So all in all, this looks like a pretty fun little scooter. So let's hop on it and see what it can do. All right, so right off the bat, I gotta say it's pretty zippy. I'm on the highest riding mode right now, so far so good. It's comfortable to sit on. I mean, I'm 6'4" and I'm perched on it pretty nicely. All right, so let's go ahead and do our hill test. It's our famous scooter hill. Now the F7 is rated to climb a hill of 20% grade. And this hill is, I think it's a little more than 20%. But let's go ahead and try it. All right, so as we do, starting from a dead stop, we're at our highest mode here. So let's go ahead and do it. So far, so good. Increasing speed uphill is always a good sign. Hitting 12 miles an hour in a straight line. 13. I can feel the wind in my hair already. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, those brakes are very responsive too. Nice. All right, that was an easy hill climb. Of course, we'll test it on some steeper hills later too. All right, let's go ahead and do a little brake test. 20 miles an hour. Can we stop? Oh yeah, we can. Dang, those brakes are actually really good. Nice. Gotta love that. So let's do what we do. Let's go ahead and take it to some flat ground and see how it does on a little speed test. Okay, we are at our flat, straight street here. Let's bring it down to our first riding mode and see where we get from a dead stop. Let's go. All right. Getting up to 9. Yeah, I think 9 is where it cuts. All right. There we go. That took about 10 feet to top out at 9 miles an hour. All right, bump it up one more. Oh, you can see the volts. Nice. All right, so we're bumping it up to level 2. All right, let's see where we get. I think it's gonna be like 15, maybe 16, maybe 18. Yeah, we're at 19, 20, 21. And it's looking like 21 is where we're topped out. Yeah, 21 is where we're topped out on level 2. And keep in mind that the scooter does engage in a cruise control mode. There's no audible tone to hear that, but if you're riding at a certain speed and you're realizing that you're not stopping, it's because cruise control. Anyway, okay, now we're gonna bump it up to level 3, flat street. Let's see if we can get up to 28. I'm pretty sure we can. Well, let's go. All right, we're at 19, goes 20, 22, 25. Ooh, are we gonna get to 28? I don't know. There's 26. It's trying. 26 is trying. And we are out of street. So 26 out of 28. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm 230 pounds, so I guess maybe 28 was achieved by someone a lot less heavy than me. That's not bad though. 28 is still fast. I mean, 26 is still pretty fast on a scooter. If we had bigger tires, we'd probably hit that 28 no problem. But hey, that's still pretty good. All right, so what have we done on the F7 so far? We did our hill test, we did our brake test, we did our speed test. Now I guess we're just gonna ride it around, do a little distance test, hit some different terrains, see how it does. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. Let's go. All right, we're pulling up to the park here. Let's test it out on some little dirt trails and see how it does. Honestly, it just kind of feels like an e-bike, really. Front fork suspension is pretty smooth. Padded seat does its job. My camera mount does not do its job though, bouncing all over the place. But pretty good, pretty stable. I mean, these are bumpy dirt paths and I'm riding with one hand, so I think it does pretty well. Cool, so I think it's safe to say this thing is dirt path certified for sure. Now let's take it around the ocean, do a little distance test. Actually, first let's see where our stats are. So on the battery bar, we're 4 out of 5, but here is where you can check the actual battery, and we're still full. And a big feature that I love, if you guys watch the channel, you know, I love it when you can see the voltage. So 49.5, that's still a full battery. It's a 48 volt battery. So despite this meter being down 1, we're still pretty much full. And I'm doing this test on the highest riding mode, by the way, max power. So yeah, we're just gonna cruise around the ocean and we'll see how we do. Let's go. Yeah, we're still cruising along. Let's pull over for a status update here. See what we're working with. All right, so we have dropped 1 bar of battery. Let's see on here. Yeah, we're also down 1, 3 out of 4. Let's see what our voltage is. 47. Not bad. And how many miles? 6 miles. And we've been riding for an hour and 10 minutes, so that's pretty good. Keep in mind we are on the highest mode. That's gonna use up the most battery. But we wanna go fast. We don't wanna go slow, right? So I don't know, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna keep going around the coast a little bit and then we'll head back to the park and I'll let you know what I think about the F7. All right, let's keep going. This thing definitely moves though, for sure. I've gotten it over 30 miles an hour a couple times going downhill. Let's do a little off-road test just for the heck of it, yeah? Why not? Impromptu. Yeah, it handles this non-pathed area pretty good. That's all sticks and soft sand. Not bad. I mean, 16-inch pneumatic tires, I think they'll handle most terrain. Sorry if the video looks bumpy. The chest mount I'm using is falling apart. It's been through too much. Okay, we're cruising along, getting closer to home base, but I just pulled a really big hill, which it didn't do terribly on. We made it up. We were going like 5 miles an hour the whole time, but that did zap a good amount of battery. We are half now. Volts, we are 46. So in my experience on electric transportation, when you get to half, that's time to turn around. And that's exactly what we're doing. But yeah, keep in mind, I'm in the highest riding mode. We've gone 8 miles so far. So we're almost back. It's a comfortable ride, I'll say that. But there's definitely a few things we need to talk about. So let me get back to our park over here and I will let you know what I think about the F7. Okay, we're pulling up to our park here where we started. We've gone full circle. All right. What do we think of the iScooter F7? Well, I gotta say, it's a fun little ride, that's for sure. It's definitely different. Now let's see how we did. Our battery is pretty much zapped. We're down to half, less than half. We got 45.5 volts. We've been riding for an hour and 35 minutes. Gone a little over 10 miles on the highest pedal assist. I was doing 25 miles an hour for the majority of today's ride. So that's what happened to the battery. Now, in addition to it being a fun ride, it's pretty comfortable too. This seat is like very cushy. Ergonomically, it's nice. I mean, I'm 6'4" and I fit on it pretty good. I didn't feel like I was slouching or reaching or anything like that. So it is comfortable. The front fork suspension definitely comes in handy on some of those bumps. You do feel a bit of the jitters on the rear though, but you can always air down the tire a little bit. Now say the brakes work very well. I never felt like I couldn't stop when I needed to, so big points for those brakes. Those things do their job quite well. The kickstand does its job. Sometimes these scooters like to fall over. This one's very stable. What else? Oh, I forgot to mention the scooter, it does have a nice loud horn. So yeah, we did 10 miles. They say up to 45 miles. My theory with that is when you're on, you know, low power mode on flat ground, no hills, no stopping, just straight going, one direction, no wind, then you could probably hit 45. But on full power, it's looking like we're probably gonna get maybe around 15 before it's like dead. But we did go up a lot of hills and a lot of challenging terrain, to say the least. So to be fair, I think it did pretty good. Now, there are some things that I'm not particularly excited about. And the first thing I'm going to mention is assembly. Assembly on this scooter, it wasn't the worst ever, but putting this part on, because this comes off of the scooter, it has a plastic PVC protector that, in my opinion, is unnecessary. And it was such a pain to get that off. It took me over an hour to get that off. So right there, I'm taking a point off of the scooter. I can show you a clip of how enjoyable that was. Yeah, so whoever decided to put this on here, we can't be friends. This, I don't know who, what are we doing, man? This is not necessary, and it's ridiculously hard to get off. I've been working on this for 20 minutes, just trying to get this PVC pipe off so I can put the handlebars on. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to break it off piece by piece, because all I've got is this, and this wasn't even included. So if we're gonna say put it together with the included tools, how? All right, I got it. I had to just sit here and work on it with the razor blade. So 20 more minutes of my life are gone forever. And we definitely damaged the thing, but oh well. Second thing, still on the subject of assembly. Now, you'll see this basket here. What's wrong with this picture? Do you see it yet? This basket doesn't quite fit on the scooter. Now, in the instruction manual, you'll see the seat post is at a much more pronounced angle, which would allow it to fit. But also in the instruction manual, it shows the basket mounted sideways, which it doesn't fit that way. It only fits this way. But with the angle of the seat, clearly it doesn't fit properly. Is that a deal breaker? No, I mean, it will still function as a basket. But if you're like me and you like to do things perfectly, that will get under your skin. And it did. And it still is. And that's why I rode with it collapsed for the majority of the time. Now, while we're on the subject of the basket, this thing is a clothing snagger. Almost every time I got off the scooter, I'd get my pants caught on some portion of this basket. So keep that in mind if you're wearing like baggy clothes or a skirt or something like that. You're probably gonna get caught on the basket. Other than that though, I think the F7 is pretty solid. So out of 10, I'd give this scooter probably a 7 out of 10. Its hill climbing ability is decent. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, like I said, if you're just commuting through the city, if you got a relatively flat commute, F7 will handle it. I mean, the foldability makes it portable, so it's a good like urban commuter for sure. Oh yeah, I did want to mention it does have a front wheel quick release. So if you wanted to pop that front wheel off, it does do just that. Pops right off. Easy portability combined with the foldability. Good stuff. So yes, it has its quirks, but I would still recommend it. It's a pretty fun little ride for sure. So shout out to iScooter for sending out the F7 to test out today. I recommend it if you're looking for something in this category. It definitely handles its business and does what it's supposed to do. And I hope you guys had fun riding around with me today. I sure did. So if you're interested in something like this, check them out. As always, stay up, stay blessed, and we will see y'all on the next one. Peace.